Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are here. My apologies. It's a long, boring technical explanation, but basically, last week, I hid the video, the video on demand after the stream. I unlisted it because it was in the middle of the day when I was uploading 5 videos because of all the reveals that had been happening. And for some reason, that meant it started the stream unlisted, and I could not figure out how to fix it. So I spent a minute floundering around, and then I just restarted the stream. So my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we are just a minute or two late today. Now, we are giving away a copy of Pokémon Mystery Dungeon on the Nintendo Switch today, or at least a code therefore. Shout out to the lovely folks from the Pokémon Company International who have gone and hooked us up with the code to give away today. Now, I know we have previously given away a copy of Pokémon Mystery Dungeon. I am not upset about this. I put 20 hours into that game. I've actually gone and beaten the main story of that game now. But there is a whole bunch of post-game content. It's a game I'd highly recommend. And the good news is that one of you lovely ladies and gentlemen that are watching this stream today is going to be able to win yourself a copy. How do you win it? You don't do anything. You just sit here. It's completely random. There's nothing you can do to increase your chances of winning. Now, it says only 3 people are watching, but there's like 20 people who have already gone and dropped a message. Yeah, there are way more than 3 people watching, so I don't know what's going on with the analytics, but I do see something over there, so let's go find it, shall we? Now, I have remembered to connect to the internet, and the theme today, ladies and gentlemen, is evolutions. Not an official term, incidentally. So, you'll see that I am rocking my Umbreon. I know that the border I'm using for the stream still has Surfetch from last week. I'm going to change that over to Umbreon very, very shortly. But it is Eevee raids today. Eevee is the kind of special raid you can go and find a Gigantamax Eevee. So the goal is we're going to try and catch ourselves a Gigantamax Eevee using an Umbreon. And I've given it Dig because apparently Umbreon can learn Dig. Whether Umbreon should learn Dig reminds me of the old Jurassic Park quote. Everybody spent so long asking whether we could, they didn't ask whether we should. So, come join me, ladies and gentlemen. Come join me for a lovely raid. Oh, it is a special lantern raid, apparently, but that'll do. We've got an hour to catch ourselves an Eevee, so wrong button. So we will be good to go. Right. So, come join me. Input the code 4444 or... okay. We don't have 3 people watching. We have about 50. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, we are good to go. Right. I would very much like it if you can come along. The code is 4444, as it always is. My friend code, let me go pop that up on the stream. Let's be clear, if you want to come join in my streams, you do not have to bring, there's my friend code, you do not have to bring yourself an evolution. I would really like it if you did, that would be really cool. But if you don't want to bring an evolution, bring whatever Pokemon you want to, ladies and gentlemen. There will be absolutely no judgment from me. If you can bring an evolution, awesome. If you can't bring an evolution, bring someone else. Right. And then, apologies. I should have done this before the stream started, but I didn't. We could all cry, or we could just enjoy the fact that Umbreon is now there and is now ready to go. So with that fixed, let's see if we've got enough people to go and do this raid. We do! Ha 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 ha! Oh, you guys are awesome. So my friend Becca No! My friend was there with a Glaceon, with Sylveon, and she's gone away. But we got Alex with a Glaceon. Okay, so Cyrus has jumped in. Thank you, Cyrus. That's very sad, though. That's really sad. Hopefully, Becca Coys will join us for the next raid. Oh. She'll join us for... hopefully she'll join us for the next raid. So, I haven't said hello really to the chat so far. The chat is going off. By the way, whenever you guys join in with the chat, it is so cool and so lovely. Thank you very much. Anytime you leave a message, I assure you I do read them all. Even if I can't read them at the time, I can go read the chat log after the fact. So thank you to all you guys for joining in and chatting. It is awesome. Got the Glaceon in, so we got a Glaceon, Sylveon, Jolteon, and Umbreon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we were hoping for. When we set this raid, we wanted evolutions. Now, there is no requirement, but this is cool. Oh, to the vocal... I'm sorry... YouTube is telling me this is working perfectly, but YouTube is also telling me there were only 3 people watching when there are, in fact, over 20 times that many, so... Fun little fact. Here's a great little fun fact for you. Evolutions are... That is not an official Pokemon term. Evolution is not an official Pokemon term. It is a fan term. So here's my question for you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Why was one of the Skyridge theme decks officially called Evolution? There's a fun little fact for you. It was many years ago, that is not proof. But Evolution is a fan term, it is not actually an official Pokemon term. Ben Parry, first time I'm not working for 5 weeks for this. I am delighted you've joined us, Ben. Hopefully it will help out. I don't know why the vocals don't match the screen, ladies and gentlemen. There's no reason that should be happening. On my end, there's nothing different. I could try resetting the face cam, maybe? But there's a chance if I get rid of the face cam, it doesn't come back. Don't paralyze me. That's not a very nice thing to do. Boo. Oh, man, he's paralyzed 2 of us. This is a 3-star raid. Don't be paralyzing multiple people. Not cool, man. Not cool. Favorite shiny evolution? I kind of like how Espeon is just full green. That's what I'm thinking of, yeah. I think Espeon's full green shiny is very, very cool. I'm just double checking here, making sure there aren't any others that I've missed out. See, the thing for me... Oh, no, Umbreon. I love shiny Umbreon. I forgot it's the blue. The thing for me is I'm colorblind, right? Which means that subtle variations in color I don't notice in the same way that you would. So, for me, I am a fan of shiny Pokemon like Espeon and Beware and Umbreon, where they are really different. That would be cool. That's my preference personally. So, like, you know, having a look through here, shiny Joltik, shiny Jolteon, Flareon, Leafeon, Glaceon, just a bit... They might as well not bother, frankly. As mean as that might sound. Right, get ready to name it if we catch it, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to name it if we catch it. Shiny Espeon is radioactive. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm running out of Ultra Balls. I might legitimately have to go to a Pokemon Center and buy some Ultra Balls because we've done too many raids. How cool is that? Oh, it's been ages, because generally, when I'm going through the game, I always make sure I've got like 100 Ultra Balls, but because I've been spending the majority of my Sword and Shield time, or Sword time lately, just doing raids, I've not been going to buy Ultra Balls, and I'm legit running out. Oh, what is my favourite TV show? Oh, that is a question and a half. That is a question and a half. Right. I don't think it's fair to ask me that question, to be clear, right? But let's say Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Certainly for my wife and I, as a couple, our favourite TV show is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So I think we'll go with that one. My best friend at uni was called John. I need to hit John up. I haven't spoken to John properly for years. But at uni, me and John were like proper job inseparable bros. We'd always go to gigs together. We'd basically hang out together because we lived together. We would, unless one of us was actually kind of doing uni work, we would literally hang out just literally all the time. So basically, either we actually had to do work, me so more than John. Sorry, John, if you're watching, which you're definitely not. But I did do a lot more work than John at uni. I think he would even admit that. I was a bit of a swot, to be fair. Although I had quite a lot of fun. It was fun too. Yes, we found it, ladies and gentlemen. We found Chonky Eevee. So, yeah. And we would literally just hang out all the time. We play video games, listen to music, play music. We're in a band together because, you know, why would you not be in a band with your best mate at uni? That would be weird. Right. So, we've got the 5-star Gigantamax Eevee. Let's take down Eevee with Eeveelutions, which seems harsh. I'm not so keen to get this one as I was with Pikachu last week, because of course I played Let's Go Eevee, so I have a Gigantamax Eevee, unlike the Pikachu that I legit didn't even have. But still. Okay, so we got a Sylveon, we got an Espeon, Vescular Gold. Do you have an Eeveelution that we can have a little bit of a play with? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Right. And there's a Vaporeon. Nice! I am loving the dedication in this stream so far to the Eeveelutions. It is making me extremely happy. Also, cool little fact, and I'm annoyed today, right? The post came today, and I did not get the post I was hoping to get. It's very upsetting. And what I was hoping to get was the latest issue of Tabletop Gaming Magazine. Now, if you're in the UK, I would recommend this magazine. Like, legitimately, I am subscribed to the magazine. Here's a random issue that's just lying on my floor next to my desk. And the reason you should pick up Tabletop Gaming Magazine this month, other than the fact that it's awesome, is because they have a column every week where some person in the industry writes about their favourite game. So, for instance, here, we've got Dan Blanchett, creator of Abomination, the Heir of Frankenstein. Hopefully you can see that. And he's written about his favourite game. Now, hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. Because this month, in the issue which is, well, it's out on Friday. Some subscribers got it today. I'll hopefully get it tomorrow. But it's out on Friday. And I wrote that column this month. I am writing the My Favourite Game column for Tabletop, or I have written it, for Tabletop Gaming. How cool is that? Now, here's the question for you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Can anybody guess what my favourite tabletop game was that I wrote about in my column for the magazine? Can anyone guess which game I wrote about as my favourite tabletop game? You'll never guess. I'm very upset, though, because some people have been kind of tweeting out that they got their magazine today, and I didn't get my magazine today. I had my wife check in the post, and like as soon as the post arrived, she was like, "Yeah, post is here. You didn't get it," and that's really upsetting. But I will get it. It should be here tomorrow. Morris Levy, better be Pokemon trading card game. It is, of course, the Pokemon trading card game. Wendy, I do get a Digimon reference in there because, frankly, I adore that game. It's really, really cool. But yeah, it is. I literally wrote a 600-word column for the magazine about how much I love the Pokemon trading card game, and I tell you what, every single word of it is 100% true. I adore the Pokemon trading card. I mean, look, if you found your way to this channel, you will know about my love for the Pokemon trading card game. So when I'm asked to write a column like this, and I choose a Pokemon trading card game, hopefully at this stage, you guys aren't going to look at that and go, "Oh, he's shilling for Pokemon." You're going to look at that and go, "Well, yeah, this dude really loves the Pokemon trading card game." Louis Pikmin 3, I do love me some Transformers, but no, unfortunately, I did not Was not that one. And look, the fact of the matter is, and I mean this very sincerely, I cannot imagine another game, tabletop or video, hitting me like the Pokemon trading card game did. Because bearing in mind, it's not just how much I love the game, and I do. And it's not just the fact that I've been playing it for over a decade, though I have. It is the fact that it is, like, outside of my wife and children, who do come first, let's be clear, it is my life right now. Like, I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is check my Discord channel I'm in to make sure there's not been any Pokemon news. I get up, I spend a bit of time with the kids and, give my wife an hour or so to get sorted and all in the morning. And then about 8:45, I come into my studio, where I am now, and I sit and start making Pokemon videos. And do you know what I do a lot of the time? I finish making my videos, I shut down this computer, go and sit in the front room downstairs, open up my laptop or iPad, and start playing PTCGO. And I'll be lying in bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. And, like, legitimately, I was there the other day. And I was there at 1 in the morning, lying in bed, trying not to wake my wife. And I was looking up, what was it? It was when the IPOM, so there's a promo IPOM that's come out in the League Battle Decks, in the Pikachu and Zekrom one. I was trying to figure out when that was released, like how long ago that came out. At 1 in the morning, I'm lying in bed on my phone trying to figure that stuff out. When I say this game is an obsession of mine, that's not me, like, trying to be a little bit cheeky. Oh, fun times. Michael Cantu, what is or was your favourite card? Donphan Prime. Donphan Prime is the very first card I ever looked at and went, I can win with this card. Well, maybe not the first one, but the first one where I was right about it. I cut Nationals with that card. I am convinced that if I had kind of been able to get to Worlds that year, I could have had a deep run with that Donphan deck. It got smashed by Gyarados. It had no Gyarados matchup. Gyarados laughed right in his face. But outside of... Oh, and pure, like, hardcore Dialga Chomp. Now, Lux Chomp with 1-1 Dialga, which was popular at the time, no issues, I could beat that, that was fine. But full-on Dialga Chomp with 4 Special Metal did beat me. Outside of those 2 decks, I basically beat everything. I love that deck, and I love that card. David Sims, the IPOM in the League Battle deck is actually a Japanese League Gym promo that came out 8 months ago and has just gotten a release over here. Cambot, what is my favourite card in Darkness Ablaze? I want to catch this Eevee now, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to name it if I catch it. Now, of all the ones that have been shown so far... Let me have a think. So it's basically made up of Infinity Zone and Explosive Walker over in Japan. Those 2 sets will amalgamate together. I love Crobat V. I think what it does for the game is... Yeah, we caught it! Woo! Copperaja. I knew there was one. I knew I was forgetting an obvious one. Copperaja. So the Copperaja, which is coming out in Infinity Zone, that is it. That is the one. I am so hyped for that Copperaja. I am definitely going to try and make that bad boy work. Yeah, it's the Copperaja. Oh, I'm sorry, Vescular Gold. That's so sad. Oh, Star Fox. I try not to just take the first ones that are put in the chat, but when you put one in the chat and I go, yes, I'm sorry, then kind of has to be it. Nice work. Crobat V, I just love what Crobat V does for the game. I'm also, like, genuinely a little bit excited because as I'm looking... We've got Eternatus VMAX, which looks great, which is weak to fighting. The best deck at this moment in time, and I feel super confident saying this, the best deck right now is Pikachu and Zekrom, which is weak to fighting. Eternatus VMAX is going to be great and it's weak to fighting. Everyone's playing Dedenne, weak to fighting, and they're going to replace that with Crobat, or might do, weak to fighting. And my favourite deck right now, my hands down favourite deck that I want to play is the Excadrill from Cosmic Eclipse. So if you're going to start flooding the game with Pokemon that are weak to fighting, I'm just going to play Excadrill. Because I've always tended towards fighting decks. pretty much from Donphan. Donphan, Garchomp, so many fighting decks over the years. They've always been my favourites. Weirdly enough, my very, very first proper competitive deck, the very first, well, is it? I can't remember what my first deck was, alright, but there have been a couple. One of, at least, my very first decks. A while ago, I started top-cutting tournaments with an Umbreon deck, playing Umbreon Prime, and there was an Umbreon from Undaunted that basically turned off Pokemon with abilities, made it immune. I think it was Darkness, or Moonlight Fang, that was the attack name, Moonlight Fang. And I won a bunch. I cut a few, well, it was Battle Roads as it was back then. I cut a fair few Battle Roads with that deck. Oh, it's another Gigantamax Eevee! Now, I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to save a spot for my friend Becca Coys, because she got kicked from the first one there. So once there's 3 people in there, I'm going to ask you to save the 4th space for her. Oh no, she's in another raid. Never mind. Don't worry, she's in another raid. Fill him up, fill him up, fill him up. We will do it, ladies and gentlemen. We will make it work. Oh, okay, right. So, we're going to wait just for a moment. Just for a moment. Because I feel really bad. She was in the first raid, and then she got kicked through no fault of her own, and then she hasn't been able to get into the other raids. So I do want to save her a space in this raid, just because, well, it just seems mean if we don't, right? So, while we've got a moment, let's find that Eevee we just caught. If we can find... Where did that Eevee go? I always forget which box they go in. Right, is it that one? Haha! Ah, decent speed. So we've got 5 IVs with decent speed. Now... What is a hidden ability? We're looking for anticipation. Okay, so we didn't get the hidden ability, Eevee, but maybe we shall this time. Cool. Right, so question for the chat then. While we got a moment, tell me where you are in the world, and tell me what time it is where you are. Now, we should also chuck my friend code in just for a moment. So what we got? We got 5549 0426 3890. Archie is still at 1 HP. Yeah, I haven't I haven't healed him up since last time. Right, okay, so like I said, if you could please just save, so if you could save 1 spot in the raid, we'll have 2 people in. Save a spot for Becca Coys, please. Like I say, she was kicked from the first raid. Oh no! We need to get ourselves online. Right. So we are now online. So now we can do the Eevee raid. And then we'll invite others. And hopefully Becca Coys can get in. And then we'll continue as normal afterwards. Remember, at the end of the stream, we are giving away a copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on the Switch. Or at least a code for it. Usual rules apply. It is going to be a European code. All you need to do is just make a European account. Just make a profile, set yourself to Europe. Right, come on, please save the last spot for Becca Coys. No! Would anyone be nice enough to drop for a second to let her in? Is that mean to ask? Oh, never mind. Apparently she's got a meeting. We tried, ladies and gentlemen. We tried. I will do some raids with her later on. Oh. Is that going to work? Well, we tried. Never mind. Zentire, thank you so much. That was really. Oh, wait, no. Oh, you guys are awesome. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome. And now we're actually one person down. Right, we did what we could, ladies and gentlemen. No, okay, right. Let's get someone else in. And then we'll do the raid. Vascular Gold finally got Animal Crossing. How are you finding it? How are you enjoying Animal Crossing so far? Are you finding it amazing? Yes. Good work, Boris. Hopefully not that Boris. Don't know how I'd feel about having him in the stream. Seriously, Zentire, I believe it was Zentire that dropped out then. That was so cool of you dropping out like that. That was absolutely amazing. That was so kind of you. Every day we do this, I am genuinely impressed by how awesome you dudes are. Every time. The kindness I am generally shown by the Pokemon community is just amazing. Right, so let's see where everybody is. So we've got Manila. I don't think we've had Manila yet. That's kind of cool. Virginia, Grimsby, the Philippines at midnight. That is some dedication right there. Thank you very much for joining us. California, Mexico, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Dorset, Malta, Tennessee, California, LA, the UK. Oh, Indiana. Where are we? Kentucky, Georgia, Central America, Peru, Canada, California, Singapore, Scotland, Pennsylvania, Illinois. I don't think you are on the moon. I'm putting that out there. More Mexico, Grimsby, Alabama, good old Britain, waiting out quarantine with my favourite PokeTuber on the screen and a glass of iced apple juice. That sounds very pleasant. And it is warm in the UK. Well, at least where I am in the UK, it is extremely warm. I took my children for a walk before the stream, as I always do. And my word, ladies and gentlemen, it was rather boiling. What do I think about the new Paper Mario? Paper Mario is one of those series, right, where I have almost played them, constantly. I've almost got Paper Mario on the Wii multiple times, on the Wii U multiple times, on the 3DS multiple times, but I've never actually played it. And the reality is I'm probably not going to get this one. Because I bet I have an actual physical list of Switch games I want to play. And the next couple up, if I were to go and buy a Switch game today, I might wait until the end of the month to get the BioShock collection. Oh, it's a shiny Eevee! Nice. I did spot that one. And, Fire Emblem is probably next up. So, and there's a bunch of others. And unless Paper Mario gets reviewed at a 10 and is called the best game ever, it's just not going to be that high up on my list. As mean as that sounds. But having said that, Animal Crossing was not on my list. If you'd have asked me 2 or 3 weeks before Animal Crossing came out, are you going to get it? My answer would have been no. If I was going to get a Switch game, I'll get Fire Emblem or one of many others. But then all of my friends started playing it. My Facebook and Twitter was absolutely chocked full of Animal Crossing. And actually, I went and got it on an impulse pretty much. And oh my goodness, it was awesome. I love it. I am absolutely in love. I am playing it for an hour or two every day. And I don't know if I'm playing it like most people. My island still looks rubbish 55 hours in. But every day, I go and hit my rocks. And I go and find my fossils. And I go and clean up my island. And I add a little bit more to the scenery. And I go and see what's on sale in the shop. And I'm part of a Facebook group where there's only 50 people, 56. And I go and visit their islands and see Celeste and see Savannah. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a phenomenal game. As someone who's played 450 hours of Fire Emblem, it's so good, I definitely recommend. Well, I've been through Awakened on the 3DS. And Fire Emblem Fates, I've actually gone through 2 of them on the 3DS. I was very, very fortunate. I managed to get into the pre-orders super quickly to get the set that actually had all 3 versions on the same cartridge. Because the 3rd version, you could only actually get either as a download or if you bought the Super Fantasy Special Edition, which came with all 3 versions on it. And somehow I actually managed to pick up as a pre-order the fancy version with all 3 of them on. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good decision. Like I say, I've gone through 2 of the stories, and I will, at some point, I will go through the 3rd. It is just wonderful. Yes, we caught the Eevee. See, Fire Emblem Fates individually are actually quite cheap now. I am trying to find, just as a price guide over on YouTube. Oh, name it. Name my Eevee. Name my Eevee. I would like to give him a nickname. Oh, I am also, it's literally just, it's not on Amazon. Usually it's there for a few £100. It's not even there right now. What am I looking at with this? Yeah, I am slowly working my way through Fire Emblem Warriors on the Switch. I am enjoying that quite a lot as well. In which area am I? I am in a place called Cornwall in the southwest of the UK. I would say legitimately the most beautiful place in the world. And I mean that. Evian. Oh, yeah, no, someone's made a good point. If I'm going to call the Gigantamax Pikachu Archie, I should have a Gigantamax Eevee named Daisy. Yeah, sorry. Now, does Daisy have the hidden ability? How do I feel about Glimwood Tangle and the team-up Rapidash combo? I have not sat down and had a good look at it. Now, somebody, it might have been you, in fact, did tweet it at me yesterday, recently. And it is on my list of research over the next couple of days to sit and start digging into. No, still got Runaway. Now, how are we doing stats-wise? Oh, I thought it was a 6 IV then for a moment. Decent special defense, otherwise full. I have every English Animal Crossing game apart from Clock and Calculator. I don't worry about Pokemon genders like that. I mean, Cornwall in the southwest of England. Cornwall has 1/3 of the coastline of England just in our county. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's slow down here. The pace of life is very, very slow. And, you know, if you see Cornish people, like properly Cornish people who spend all their time in Cornwall, heading off to the big city, it can be kind of overwhelming. I was born and raised in Cornwall, lived here for the first 18 years of my life, and then went to Nottingham. It's not the biggest city in the UK. It's no London, but it's still a pretty sizable city. And there was a fair amount of culture shock when I first got to Nottingham. There was a fair amount of, oh my goodness, this place is gigantic. But then I got over it. And now, you know, having been to London many, 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 many times, lived in Nottingham for 4 years, and Loughborough and Leicester for 4 years, I need to get just out of the water. Shall we say I'm quite accustomed to city living at this stage. Well, this has not turned out to be much of a shortcut, really, has it? Okay, can I even get up there? Why don't I just go over the bridge? But I'm quite comfortable. Well, I'm very comfortable in big cities now. But there was, like I say, a bit of a culture shock. When I first moved to Nottingham, I was a bit like, yeah, this isn't for me. I mean, I did actually, when I was looking at universities, I went and looked at King's College in London. Very good university. But I went to visit it, and I walked out of the building where they taught law, because I did my degree in law. And I walked out of the law building, and I was on a main street in London, and right there and then I was like, nah, can't do it. Cannot spend 3 years of my life here. Now, we've got 2 raids going on here, so, usual deal. I would ask, if you have done a raid with me so far today, I'm not saying jump out, but I am saying if you've done a raid with me so far, if you could kind of give it a minute before you join in, just so people who haven't done a raid so far are able to jump in. because there are a few people I've seen in the chat who want to join in but haven't had a chance yet. So I'm not saying don't join the raids. I want to make sure all our raids are full. But if you've done a raid with me today, not previous weeks, if you've done a raid with me today, if you could just hang back, just literally till the clock hits like 2 minutes. Just so that if there are people who want to join in but haven't had a chance yet, they are able to. Thomas Johnson, why am I not replying to you? I've not been looking at the chat all that much. Oh, right. Thomas Johnson's done a video on the rankings of evolutions over at Cosmic Huskies. Do go check him out, ladies and gentlemen. Do go check him out. What are my thoughts on the Pokemon Players Cup? Love it. Oh, my goodness. That filled up quickly. What are my thoughts on the Pokemon Players Cup? I love it. Now, I haven't done a video about this. It's a topic I didn't feel like I had a unique take on, and now I worry it's been a bit too long. But my thoughts on it, I think it's great. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I think Pokemon as a company have gone, right, you know what? We've had to cancel all these tournaments, let's do something. And it's really easy to criticize, and I know a bunch of people are, and look, is it perfect? No. But here's one thing I want you to remember, right? I did my degree in law, but I chose all business electives. So business and law is very much my forte. So I often like to look at things from a business standpoint. And the thing to remember is, I don't know this, I don't work for Pokemon. You know, they've been nice enough to donate a code to this stream, but I don't work for Pokemon. I am not affiliated with them outside of, you know, giving away a code they've given me. But I do know quite a bit about business. I am 100% sure Pokemon did not have this online tournament planned at the start of the year. I believe what happened was that Pokemon went, we've cancelled all the tournaments, let's do something. And if they didn't do it immediately, they saw all the fan tournaments going online and went, oh, yeah, we need to do something like this as well. And I think if you take it in that respect, Pokemon did the absolute best thing they could. Is it perfect? No! And if you really wanted to, I'm sure you could go and do a bunch of criticism. But what's the point? Seriously, like, it's easy to criticize. Now, my understanding is that it's done on tournaments and you have to go and get tournament tickets. And yes, people who have saved up tournament tickets for ages have an advantage, blah, blah, blah. And yes, the more Pokemon you play, the more of an advantage you've got. But do you want to know a secret about the Pokemon trading card game? The people who are going and doing really, really well at real-life tournaments play a bunch of PTCGO. I do. Now, I'm not saying I'm some kind of top player. But what I am saying is that when I'm going to a Pokemon tournament, considerably in a couple weeks leading up to it, and I'll hit up some friends and go, hey, can I play like 20 games against Pikachu and Zekrom and just get the matchup down? Charlie Butterall, do you think Pikarom is tier 1? I did a video about this, check the channel. I did it yesterday, I want to say. Right now, it is the best deck in the format. I've actually done a top 5 decks right now video, which is going up. The next day there aren't reveals, it will be going online. And it is the best deck right now. What changed? When Zacian was around, Zacian can one-hit KO Pikachu and Zekrom. So we ended up in kind of a one-hit KO format, but also Zacian ADP was taking 4 prizes for a KO, Pikachu and Zekrom was taking 2. What happened was that Dragapult has come to the top of the game. And Dragapult has a really good Zacian matchup, because Zacian cannot one-hit KO, but because of things like Giant Bomb and Horror Energy and things of that nature, you will be hit when you hit them. So Dragapult's got a really good Zacian matchup. And Baby Blacephalon's got a really good Zacian matchup. Which means Zacian ain't so good no more. Which means Zacian still stays around as kind of a top 5 deck, but it is a top 5 deck rather than a, oh, name it, rather than a the best deck. And it's as simple as that. And then Pikarom comes back. I don't understand why Pikarom is so good. Luke, check out a video I did a couple of days ago. But basically, it is because it can do 150 damage immediately using Thunder Mountain and Tapu Koko. It accelerates energy, and it's got a GX attack that at some point during the game should give you a 4-prize turn. If you play it well, you should get a 4-prize turn, so you're basically 2-hit KOing, but you can get going turn 1 going second, you're accelerating energy, and if your opponent benches a Dedenne, and a lot of people will, you get 2 extra prizes during the game while you're 2-hit KOing. It wins a prize trade. Except against Zacian ADP, where they can 1-hit KO you for 4 prizes, even with your resistance. That's not good. But with Zacian dropping, Pikarom comes right up. Swiftry! What a name! What a name! I hope I'm spelling this right. That's so good. Oh, I love... This is my favorite thing about Sword and Shield. Just watching Pokemon like Beware just run around in the wild area. So good. It's also one of the reasons I loved Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Please, as before, ladies and gentlemen, do give other people... You know, if you've been on a raid with me so far, don't not join. Just give it a minute to let other people kind of join in. Hey, Richie's here. Hi, Richie. Did you see the shifty name Swiftry? That made me laugh. Richie is one of the people we need to thank for these streams. So Richie is awesome. We like Richie. Yeah, and the good thing is, right, you might have noticed in my videos, I don't do the kind of over-the-top openings. So if you see me go into a bit of a laughing fit, it is because I found something genuinely funny and it has really tickled me. Oh. Yeah, I did, Cody McLean. I'll tell you what, Cody, I did, I got the reference. I was watching Rick and Morty while I had lunch today. It was the latest episode. It's the one with the vat of acid. If you've seen it, you'll know. If you haven't, you won't. I have absolutely no idea how the writers of Rick and Morty do what they do. Also, Rick and Morty, not a children's show. If you are a child watching, do not watch Rick and Morty. If you are an adult watching, go watch Rick and Morty. I love it. I absolutely love it. Aurora Energy, Mystic Wolf. I am 110% in favor of Aurora Energy. I think Aurora Energy is beautiful. I love the fact that it gives us 8 options, because we've got 4 Rainbow, 4 Aurora Energy. I love that it discards, because a lot of decks want that. And even if you don't want it, it's a punishment, because it's a great card. But also, Rainbow Energy is going to rotate in August, September. Rainbow Energy is not going to survive the rotation. But Aurora Energy is going to survive the rotation. This is a very, very good thing. It means we're going to have an option after the rotation hits, and that is absolutely brilliant, and we love it. So yeah, good times. I think Aurora Energy is beautiful. Right, Cambot 4, we need you starting a battle, sir. Oh, man. Just, Max Van Delson's just got Master Ball tier in online doubles. That is really awesome. Congratulations. I like Gravity Falls. I've heard Rick and Morty is similar, so I may watch it. If you're old enough, you should. What is my favorite episode? I genuinely think the second half of Series 4, the last kind of 3 episodes, they might be the strongest ones. They are so good. Obviously, the Pickle Rick episode stands in my mind as it does for most people. I did actually, literally like a month ago, I rewatched the first 3 series of Rick and Morty. Such a good show. Such a good show. Will ADP return to the top of the cycle? I don't think it will. The problem is, it's okay. Let me collect my thoughts together on this one. Here's the deal. At the moment, ADP is being beaten down because of bad matchups to both Dragapult and Blacephalon. Now, in theory, Eternatus V Max should become one of the, if not the best deck when Darkness Ablaze drops. Now, we've not seen all the cards from Darkness Ablaze. There are a bunch still to see, but Eternatus V Max looks like the best deck going forward. I expect it to come out and be the best deck straight away. Now, in theory, that should be able to take care of Pikachu and Zekrom, but then again, it's going to really rely on stuff like Crobat V, and it's not allowed to play Mew or it loses its ability to have 8 bench spaces, which means that it's actually going to be really vulnerable to Tag Bolt. But then again, Tag Bolt you need 6 energy on, and it can one-hit KO Pikarom, etc. But even if it takes away Pikarom, Zacian ADP is also got a bad Eternatus matchup. So, no, I don't think it's coming back like it was. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. It's always going to be there as a good deck. But I do believe quite strongly that as it stands at the moment, its time as number 1 deck has gone away. Having said that, people have been trying to write off Pikachu and Zekrom. It's been really funny watching it all go around. So when Cosmic Eclipse came out, everybody wanted to write off Pikachu and Zekrom because of Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff. But then Sword and Shield came around and Pikachu and Zekrom got better. And then Zacian ADP rose up and Pikachu and Zekrom dropped down a bit. And now it's gone right back to the top of the game again. I play ADP heavy and I've been playing Dragon Ball VMAX with quite a bit of success on PTCGO with 4 tourney wins out of 5. The thing to remember is every deck can be built differently. You can always change cards around. So if you're seeing success, especially against Dragon Ball VMAX with Zacian ADP, keep playing it because you're going to do very, very well. Does that mean Stone Journer is going to be good? Maybe. Remember, we're getting Rose, that new supporter card that lets you accelerate. Oh, that was a good hit. That lets you accelerate energy to VMAXs. So, you know, that's going to help. Hey, Jazzy. Where do I play the trading card game? I play with friends online. I play PTCGO against strangers. My local shop is called Mad for Miniatures. Very lovely place, run by a lovely dude called Vinny. Love Mad for Miniatures. And it ain't that local, but it's local enough. I love that place. I'm picking up, well, not picking it up because of social distancing, but he is actually sending me my Pikachu and Zekrom League battle deck today. It's so good I had to pre-order one. The value of that product is redonk. And I ordered it from him because I like supporting my local game store. It really is as simple as that. So, yeah, I mean, it's been difficult the last couple of years with having tiny babies. But as time moves forward, any league challenges, league cups, etc. at Mad for Miniatures in St Austell in Cornwall in the UK, you will be finding me down there. Because it's awesome. And Vinny will save me a spot. Because Vinny's awesome. Also, they updated, I did do a video about this, but they updated the official rules a couple of months ago to put in the official rules, and I think this is a phenomenal idea and I'm all in favour. Game shops are now allowed to basically prioritise locals in tournaments. Which they should, incidentally, because, look, I've done it myself literally a couple hundred times, travelled to go to tournaments. But the fact of the matter is, local game stores do not get kept afloat by a few people travelling down for a League Cup. They get kept afloat by the locals going in there every week, every month, and playing and spending money, etc. And we need local game stores for trading card games to be healthy. So I think prioritising local game stores with their with the regulars is a good thing. Venonot, Butterboy, Butterless, Buttery Free, Tinker Free. I think we're going to go for 0 calorie. It makes no sense as a name for a Pokemon, let's be clear. It's very much not a name, but it amused me, so yeah, let's go for it. Alrighty then. Right. 0 calorie can go to a box. Okay, so we got time for 1 or 2 more raids. And then we are going to give away a copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Speaking of which, and I know, and I told you this, and let's be super transparent, my copy of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon was given to me as a present by the Pokemon Company. When I started doing the streams on week 1, they gave me a code to give away. And I said to them, look, I don't know whether I want to give it away. I want to play this game. This game's on my list. And they went, you know what, we'll see, we're in a good mood. We don't hate you. They didn't say they don't hate me. I'm inferring that, but I don't think they hate me. Have a second code. There we go. One for you, one to give away. Lovely people. Seriously, the people who work at Pokemon, at least the people I know and I deal with, lovely, genuinely awesome people who I literally cannot say enough nice things about. I have been shown, genuinely, I mean this sincerely, I have been shown nothing but love from those people. The people I've had the pleasure of dealing with have been awesome. And several of them I consider close personal friends. I'm very lucky in that way. But anyway, oh no, it's in the water! Come on! So anyway, so the code was gifted to me by them. Let's be super transparent. Can't see anything in all this sandstorm. But now this past week, I just want to get down there. I did actually finish the story. I rolled the credits on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And now there's lots of post-game content. To the point where I'm not even sure why they bothered rolling the credits, if I'm honest. But I suppose the story was over. Did the entire game with Torchic and Swinub. And Squirtle, who I started as. Just let me get down there. There must be a better way. There is a better way. I just couldn't see it through all the fog. Or the sand. So, yeah. I love that game. I've had an absolute blast. I am notorious for giving up on games when the credits roll. They weren't in the water. Come on! Let me find the raids! I am notorious for finishing games and just never going back. It is amazing I've played as much Pokemon Sword as I had post-credits. Also, Horizon Zero Dawn. Played loads of that. I love that game. That's what I was looking for. No, leave me alone. I'm going to find that raid. It's on now, ladies and gentlemen. It's personal. Oh, it is in the water, incidentally. So, yeah. Love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Been put a lot of time into that. I think it took me about 20 hours. Oh, it's another Gigantamax Eevee. Please, like I say, if you've joined a raid, give it a minute to let other people kind of jump in, if possible. But yeah, I have huge amount of fun with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Huge amount of fun. Haha, Gazer Beam, this guy has a voice for radio. It is genuinely. Oh no, Wendy, please don't be giving away hacked Pokemon on the stream. We want to stay away from hacked Pokemon, please. This is, the reason is very simple. Pokemon have been supporting these streams. They've been giving codes to give away for both myself and other people. So, I want to, please don't be offended by me saying this, but I want to make sure we keep it all kind of clean and nice and friendly and all of that. Let's show a bit of love. Quest complete, find the raid. I found it. Have I played FF7 Remake? No, I haven't actually. Was it last year? Elliot Smith, I once met Robin Schultz in a local League Cup. I did not win that tournament. One thing that is funny, there is a place called Groningen over in the Netherlands. And at their local League Cups, they have Stefan Eriksson, who has been top 22 every single year. So he's always had a paid invite to Worlds. Every year they've done top 22. Maze Breckenmeyer, who got second at Worlds a few years ago. He's the one that lost to, the Blastoise played by... No, I can picture him. Works as a security guard. Short, kind of brown hair. Usually has a beard. Cannot remember his name for the life of me. But he's the one that got won Worlds. And... oh, who's the other one? There's a third dude. It's Maze. It's, Stefan. Oh, and Burt Walters, who it was either third or fifth at Worlds with Greninja a little while ago. So 3 of the very, very best Pokemon players in Europe, nay, the world, all attend all the League Cups and League Challenges at this one local game store. It must be, if not the most competitive local game store. Sorry, Wendy, please don't think I'm horrible. A local game store, it must be one of the hardest game stores to actually win. Fun times. So yeah, where was I? I was on a roll, and then I got distracted. Final Fantasy VII. I played Final Fantasy VII on last year, the original on the Switch. All of the quality of life upgrades they gave made that game so much easier to play. Love Final Fantasy VII. Absolutely love it. Really, really big fan. Think it's a phenomenal game. I will play the remake. I've had too much else to play. I've not bought like a proper new games since Animal Crossing, purely because I've had so much to play. And I've discovered PC gaming. I had to get a new PC earlier in the year, last year, because my laptop just wasn't doing the job. And I'm not full-time with this now, but I'm kind of 60% self-employed doing this stuff. So it wasn't kind of a, cheeky thing. I actually legitimately had to get a new PC. So I got a really good deal on this one. And this one will play most newish games on ultra settings. It's really cool. But more importantly, it's good for video editing. Video editing was the priority. And I didn't really play my PC as a games console for months and months and months. And then Gears Tactics came out, and I had to. But it's that and Animal Crossing for my best game of the year so far. Adore that game. Problem was, playing Gears Tactics got me into the habit of sneaking into my studio in the evenings to play games after my wife went to bed. And I've discovered PC gaming. I have not spent more than like £3.50 on a game on the PC yet. It's ridiculous. I'm currently going through Yakuza Kiwami, the remake of the first one. I just picked up the Epic Game Store. Currently has... Oh, I meant to go Ultra Ball there. Currently actually has GTA 5 for free, and you get to keep it forever, which is ridiculous. And so at the moment, I'm playing through Yakuza. I've just finished Gears Tactics. And I kid you not, the game I'm getting obsessed with, and I did not see this coming, NASCAR Heat 4. It's the most recent one, but 5 is coming out soon. I picked it up for like £3.50. And it's the official NASCAR racing game. And I'm not a particularly big NASCAR fan. I did go to the NASCAR Hall of Fame on my honeymoon, because I went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's one of the things you do when you go there. But I woke up the other day, and I don't know why, but I woke up with a huge craving to play a NASCAR game. And I picked it up for like £3.50 online on the PC, and I love it. I'm playing like 2 hours of NASCAR Heat every night. I've barely played Yakuza Kiwami, a game I've been really looking forward to playing, because all I'm doing is playing NASCAR Heat. What's up with that? Right, I'm going to take a name that one of you suggested, and I am going to change it a little bit. I'm not going to call it Chonky. I'm going to call it Chonky V. Because that will amuse me. Chonky V. Fluffosaurus, Wasion, Chonk, Poo, King Size Toast, Gary. Of course, Gary famous in the Pokémon lore in the anime and all for having himself an Eevee, so that would be appropriate. That would be an appropriate thing. But yeah, I'm playing a weird amount of NASCAR Heat right now, and I have no idea why. I don't know. I literally, like 4 or 5 days ago, I just woke up really wanting to play a NASCAR game. Now, to be fair, I am a huge fan of the old Sega Daytona games, like on the Dreamcast, etc. But yeah, I don't get it. I do not get it. It makes no real sense to me. But there we go. Right, we need to give ourselves, we need to give away a code now, don't we? As always, if you win and you are in the US, just make a European profile. It's super easy, costs you nothing, don't need to put in a credit card. And when you download the game, you can play it on anything. Just make yourself another profile. And I tell you this every week. You should have a European, American, and Japanese profile purely because all of the different games and demos and all available. Right. So, just giving me wife a little nudge, asking her to send me a code, send me a random number. As always, ladies and gentlemen, if you have Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and I select you, I would ask you to be honest, let me know, just so I can give it away to somebody else. Just purely because I want as many people as possible to, to gain from this. Simple as that. Now, if my wife, I'm going to queue up a random number generator, just in case my wife doesn't get back to me. Or doesn't get back to me fast enough. She is having tea with the children right now. Oh, she's made toad in a hole, man. I love my wife's toad in a hole. I think it's a very British dish. Right. So. My wife has not got back to me. Random number generator has given me a number. So let's count from the bottom. Mystic Wolf 510. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, how do we get it after we win it? It's usual deal. So Mystic Wolf 510, either give me an email address or send me an email at PTCG. If you email me quick enough, I can send you the code in like 2 minutes' time. I have an email from Pokemon or from the dude at Pokemon with a code. I copy and paste it in an email to you. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Simple as that. Now, I just need confirmation that they're here and that they want the code. Like I say, all I literally do, I determine whether I'm going to count from the top or the bottom. I generate a random number, and I count that many numbers up, or that many people up or down the number of participants in the live chat. And it's as simple as that. Yes, Mystic Wolf 510 is here. Right. So, you send me an email to ptcgradio@hotmail.co.uk. And if anyone ever didn't claim the code or told me they didn't need it, we would do another random generation, of course. But it looks like Mystic Wolf does want the code, so he emails me at ptcgradio@hotmail.co.uk. Pokemon have been awesome, and seriously, right? Let's just take a moment to just say thank you to Pokemon. They do not need to do this, right? They don't need to give us a game code to give away. I was going to do this before they started giving me codes to give away. I'm going to keep doing this after they keep giving me codes. Essentially, this is until the lockdown runs away. So, when the lockdown's over, when everything is back to normal, I'll be back to work and we won't be able to do it. But until then, there's no reason why they need to do this. They are literally just being awesome. And that is kind of cool. All right, so, cool. Wait. Charlie Botterill, hello. Hey, Charlie. It's a shame we don't have emotions like we do on Animal Crossing. There we go. I'm just going to spin around you a little bit. This is my version of waving like we would in Animal Crossing. There you go. Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to call an end to it now. I need to go and eat some stuff. Pokemon are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming along, joining in. It really, really is awesome. I love doing this every week. But if you guys didn't come and join in, it would be nowhere near as fun. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for raiding with me. Same time next week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching live PTCG Radio. Bye.